Hey everyone, welcome to a new video, and today we are over here on Happy P's account, so thanks a lot again Happy P for providing this, and we are going to take a deeper look into the flying team, more specific, Overlord Ho-Ho, Overlord Tornadus, and Resonance Lugia. I know I have already made a video about Overlord Tornadus, but I thought it would be fun to start making videos about teams themselves, how they interact with each other, explaining why they are good and what can they be bad with, etc. So, if you guys do have any team suggestion, just feel free to leave it in the comments. On a recent video, I also had a very cool suggestion of playing Overlord Ray as an attacker. If anybody is building that kind of team, please contact me. Otherwise, I'll just try to get my hands on one for a video. Back to this flying team, let's take a look and see how this team works, why is this team good, and what you guys can do if you guys are planning to build this team. So, first of all, key point is Overlord Tornadus. Overlord Tornadus has two main amazing things. So, he has his ability with 50% chance of increasing all the flying type Pokemon action. Without this guy doing nothing, he just needs to move, has a 50% chance of moving his other teammates. Not just that, but then we have the Tailwind, which is his main thing as well. His Z Tailwind increases a lot of skill power, defenses, dodge, and also skill damage, crit damage, and makes all of your flying Pokemon immune to control. And then we have our main attacker, which in this case it will be Resonance Lugia. Resonance Lugia has a very specific passive that we will need to pay attention to, which is a Pokemon can move again if they release non-attacking skills. This means that Lugia, for example, is known to have her awesome buff over here that increases a lot of special attack and defenses, and then using her ultimate, she will move again because of her passive. But this passive will be especially awesome on the third member of this team, which will be Ho-Ho. So Ho-Ho on the passive, he can just move 2 times on the first round. But then, because of Lugia's passive, he can only not just move 2 times, but he can move even more if he uses his buff. Not just that, if we go over here to the secret technique and we see his last secret technique over here, when releasing a Z skill, the user can take another move. So, if played correctly, this Pokemon will not only move after your Tornadus, making all of your flying type Pokemon move, but also, if played correctly, he will protect your whole team with Safeguard, and he will be able to move a total of 4 times while keeping everybody alive. This flying type combo is exceptional and can shut down a lot of teams, especially if you can manage to make Lugia move first. But enough of this, let's get into CL and try to get a specific friend over here that we are using on my mobile phone, and there we go, Metal. Thanks a lot Metal as well for providing me his account so that we can do some testings, keeping in mind that I had to take a lot of speed out of Metal's Pokemon in order to do this, otherwise this Lugia could not attack first, so I had to remove a lot of power from his white. So what do we do here, or what can we do here even? First of all, I mean, I could use this to make the Tornadus move again, but I want to use an ultimate over here. So I'm going to use an ultimate, and what happens? So we can see that Metal's white is very tanky, especially as a Dynamax. But over here, we will try our luck with the 50% luck passive. And as we can see, look at this. We have the 50% luck passive, and we will only move 2 times in this scenario, okay? 3 times actually. So I'm going to use 1 fire. It's the second turn of this Ho-Ho, right? So I'm going to use 1 buff. And now I can use another move again. Now, keeping in mind, if I use a Z skill over here, I will move again. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Look at this. Another one. And another one. So that's a lot of skills, actually. Now, what happens over here is that even if I'm going to do it like this. Even if the enemy uses their ultimates, first of all, everybody is flying because of Tornadus. And second of all, let's just go over here. Hopefully this Giratina doesn't move. I mean, not the Giratina, hopefully Ho-Ho doesn't move. and then it's our turn. For some reason, then it's our turn. But technically, what I wanted to show is that even if White had used his Z ultimate over there, he would attack Lugia, but Lugia is protected from Ho-Ho, right? So in that situation, when White would want to dance, he could not kill Ho-Ho, but now if he wants to just kill Ho-Ho, he just can. Okay, let's just do a test, a real quick test against this sword. So I put sword on purpose alone so that we don't massacre this flying team, since the sword is just has a little bit of power, you know, just a little bit. So what are we going to do? We are going to use the Lugia buff over here, and we are going to use the ultimate. Now, of course, this being a steel type Pokemon, even though Lugia is an amazing hitter for almost every other types, Lugia usually struggles against steel type Pokemon. But we can make it work in a way with Lugia over here. So we use the Z buff of Tornadus, making this Ho-Ho move. Ho-Ho has an amazing thing with his passive that he can deal Reaper damage if he has his passive on. So right now we just use the normal fire. Then we just use the Z fire over here, and we are going to buff ourselves in order to protect everybody over here and give, like, we are just refreshing our passive so we can do more Reaper damage with this Ho-Ho. Keeping in mind, this Ho-Ho has no investments. All the damage that he's doing is Reaper damage due to his skills, due to his passives, etc. And now trying to finish off with this attack like this. So even if you don't have enough damage with this team with just the Lugia, because that's one of the Lugia's main downsides in a way, is that if she is countered by a specific type that she is not good against, she might lack a little bit of damage. But even if that happens, as you guys could see, Ho-Ho, with all of his Reaper damage, can actually help you out in countering all of that weakness. And just a quick explanation so that you guys understand what happened there a little bit better. So Ho-Ho has this passive over here, the Ash Body effect, that lasts for 2 rounds. He starts the game with 2 rounds of this buff, but every time he uses his safeguard over here, he also receives the Ash Body effect for 2 rounds. So what we have done, we took advantage of that and we used this fire type skill that deals Reaper damage, as you guys can read over there, deals a damage at 30% of the target's max HP if you have the Ash Body effect. And since Ho-Ho would move 2 times anyways, we decided to use a Z skill on the second round that actually, this one, still with the Ash Body, deals 50% of the target's max HP. And why did we use a Z skill? So that we can move again using the secret technique. So that's our third move. Then we are just going to use our buff to refresh the Ash Body, not just that, and to protect the whole team. That's our third move, and we are going to move again because of Lugia's passive. And finally finish it off with another 30% Reaper damage. That's a total of 110% Reaper damage just from Ho-Ho itself. So, and that way, since Tornadus also made not just Ho-Ho but also made Lugia move again, Lugia is in the air and can do even more damage with his skills. Now, what are the downsides of this team? One of the downsides we already noticed, which is the lack of damage of Lugia against their counters, right? Sometimes Lugia might not have enough damage to deal to the enemy, especially if they have Ho-Ho set. But for that, we do have our Ho-Ho over here to help a little bit. But what are the other counters of this team? One of the other counters is the secret technique over here. Oh wait, it's the third one over here. When the enemy releasing Z skills greatly increase your own action points. So as you guys could see on the first battle, we were against White and we were limited. If we would use a Z skill on our Pokemon, this White would move and it would actually end up stealing the turn. Another threat that we can find is actually Zoroark. So now that Overlord Zoroark came out, there might be some teams with like Primal Dialga, paired with Zoroark in the spotlight or other dark type attackers. And this Zoroark, because of the passive, it will not allow teams to move multiple times in a row. More exactly, for example, Lugia's passive that will allow Ho-Ho to move multiple times and Lugia to move after she uses her buff. If there is a Zoroark on the enemy team, Lugia and Ho-Ho cannot do all of that, but the Tornadus will still be able to make Lugia and Ho-Ho move again. I also wrote a small article on the Pokeland Legends Club, so if you are curious and you just want to read instead of watching the video, just feel free, go down there, the link is in the description. Well, this is it. If you guys have any suggestions of teams, of videos that I can bring to the channel, just feel free, let me know in the comments. I'll try to reply to everyone that comments down there. Again, thanks a lot Happy P for providing me the account and medal as well. And don't forget, leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys on the next video.
Press start.